Sony's £500 AV receivers have been pretty popular with us here at What Hi-Fi, winning Product of the Year 2 years in a row with its DN1040 and DN1050 amps. We've already given this year's smaller sibling, the DN860, the full 5 stars, and we're hoping for more of the same from this, the DN1060. We've got it here to take a closer look to see what it has to offer. From the outside, things look like business as usual for Sony, as the 1060 looks very much like its predecessors. We'll come back to that shortly because, of course, it's under the hood where things have seen the biggest changes. For a start, there's a new preamp chip for lower distortion and better expression in the low end, an upgraded power supply to keep impedance low to individual power stages, and a newly developed precision crystal oscillator for all clocks, which helps to reduce jitter. As for the outside, you can see around the back that there are now dual antenna for supporting Wi-Fi and Bluetooth at the same time, and also both 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz Wi-Fi networks are supported as well. Sony's LDAC technology is also implemented into the Bluetooth to allow for higher sound quality with compatible Sony devices. As with last year, the 1060 is a 7.2 channel amp with 5 HDMI inputs and 2 outputs, with the ability to set up a second zone on the second output. However, you can see it is the main output and the third input that support the HDCP 2.2 4K codec. This input is also labelled MHL, which means you can hook your phone up to it and see whatever content you have on your phone on the big screen. And this one is actually MHL 3.0 compliant, which means you can have 4K video, and it also supports enhanced surround sound codecs. So other connectivity is covered off by 1 component video in and 1 out, 2 composite video ins and 1 out. There's 4 analog audio ins and 1 out, which can work as a passive second zone, and 2 subwoofer outputs. Digital inputs are dealt with by 2 optical ins here and 1 coaxial up here. When it comes to music playback, Sony has the full works. High resolution audio is supported up to 24-bit 192 kHz, with WAV files available over HDMI, USB and network, and FLAC files via USB and network only, while single speed and double speed DSD are supported too. As you can see, there are 7 sets of speaker terminals for setting up your standard 7.2 channel system, but if you wish, the surround and surround backs can be programmed separately as independent zones and play back content over USB, via your network or Bluetooth, or via any of the analog inputs. So turning it round to the front, let's take a look at some of the buttons and dials here. So from left to right, you've got obviously the power button here and a 6.3mm headphone jack. This button here is for speakers, which can actually just turn the speakers off completely. You've got a Bluetooth button here for pairing, some tuner preset buttons for using the built-in radio. There's an NFC logo here, which means you can quickly pair any NFC device for Bluetooth. And over here we have a speaker mode button, which will allow you to choose between auto format direct, which won't put any extra processing onto your sound, a multi-channel or 2-channel option. Over here there's movie and music EQ presets, a display mode so you can choose what's showing on your display. Here are a couple of buttons for controlling your zones if you have those set up. There's a dimmer switch here for dimming the display down or off completely. And then we have Pure Direct, which when pressed will turn the display off completely to suppress any additional noise that will affect sound quality, and where possible we definitely recommend that you keep this on. Down here we have the input for the auto calibration mic for setup, a USB input and an MHL2 port which will support up to full HD. So what else is there to tell you? Well, the DN1060 obviously comes with Sony's rather nicely designed remote and of course the auto calibration mic for a quick and easy setup, but it also comes compatible with Sony's Song Power Link. This in effect makes it part of a multi-room setup with any other Sony products you might own, be it soundbars or wireless speakers. It's all controlled using Sony's SongPal app, which is free to download on iOS and Android. The Sony DN1060 is available now for £500 and we're testing it as we speak, so keep your eyes peeled on whathifi.com for a full review very soon. If you've got any questions, do leave us a comment below, and if you've liked this video and want to see more, do give us a thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe. If you want to get in contact, you can get us on all of the social media channels. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter or add us on Google+.